The first early-stage ticker symbol. The Singularity has been minting trillion-dollar IPOs, but going public overall fell out of fashion at exactly the wrong time, until now. Going public used to be what ambitious companies did. Railroads in the 1860s were the first technology companies ordinary Americans could buy shares in. Apple listed at $22, Amazon at $18, Google at $85, IPO day prices, before subsequent stock splits. The IPO was how technological progress became shared prosperity. Founders built something transformative, then opened the door so everyone could participate. The ticker symbol, invented by Edward Callahan in 1867 as a compression protocol for the telegraph, was the artifact that made this possible, giving every citizen real-time access to market information for the first time. That tradition has eroded. Sarbanes-Oxley, passed after Enron and WorldCom, raised the compliance burden of being public. The Jobs Act of 2012 raised the shareholder threshold triggering SEC registration from 500 to 2,000, removing the forcing function that had pushed companies like Facebook onto public exchanges. Mega rounds let startups raise at $50 billion or $100 billion valuations without listing. Others exit through acquisitions structured to avoid the overhead of a public transaction. SpaceX just went public at $1.77 trillion and has already risen to roughly $2.5 trillion. And OpenAI and Anthropic are expected to follow, bringing the combined valuation of this year's landmark technology IPOs north of $4.5 trillion. These listings are welcome, but they illustrate the problem. SpaceX grew from $30 billion to $1.77 trillion entirely behind closed doors. This trend leaves value on the table for everyone. Retail investors miss the growth phase of the most consequential companies of their lifetime, and startups set their sights lower. A company that assumes it will be acquired thinks like a feature, while a company that assumes it will go public thinks like an institution. Today, I am announcing that ORN, a company I helped form and advise, with backing from 021T Capital, has reserved the ticker symbol $ORNN on the New York Stock Exchange. To our knowledge, this is the first time a company has reserved a ticker on a major exchange, not as a step toward an imminent listing, but as a long-term declaration of intent to become a public company. ORN's ARC has been building, the first tradable compute price index in March, then the first major exchange compute futures on ICE in May. A company whose mission is to bring transparency to the most important commodity market of the 21st century is now declaring its own intention to be a public company. The symmetry is deliberate. NYSE, founded in 1792 as the world's first organized stock exchange, has structured this reservation to work within the existing regulatory framework for symbol reservation. 021T and NYSE anticipate an ongoing collaboration to reserve ticker symbols for additional early-stage portfolio companies. The timing is not accidental. SEC Chairman Paul Atkins has made "Make IPOs Great Again" his stated agenda, arguing that going public should not be reserved for unicorns. ORNN on NYSE is a private sector complement to that vision. Callahan's ticker democratized access to market information. ORNN uses the same artifact to declare a commitment to market participation. If the dominant signal in venture for the past decade has been "stay private longer," an early-stage company reserving a ticker on NYSE introduces a counter-signal backed by the most recognizable brand in global finance. The destination is clear, not an early exit, but the opening bell. In Solve Everything, Peter Diamandis and I trace the pattern. Every domain the intelligence revolution touches converts from scarcity to abundance. ORN is building the financial infrastructure to make compute abundant. $ORNN on NYSE is a declaration that the company building that infrastructure intends to be public infrastructure itself. The Singularity is going public. Those interested in the NYSE ticker symbol reservation program can contact Brian Bauman at brian.bauman@nyse.com. Those interested in ORN can visit orn.com. Those interested in 021T Capital can learn more at 021t.vc. This post is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment, financial, trading, legal, or regulatory advice, nor a solicitation of any securities offering or investment in any fund. No securities are being offered or sold in connection with ORN's ticker symbol reservation. Valuations cited are based on third-party estimates and may not reflect actual outcomes. Statements about future collaborations and regulatory treatment are forward-looking and subject to change. Reservation of a ticker symbol does not guarantee that any company will complete an IPO or list on any exchange. I have a financial interest in 021T Capital and its portfolio companies, including ORN.